The Angels got back-to-back home runs from Mike Trout and also Shohei Ohtani, part of a 3-solo shot inning last night. And then the White Sox scored 5 runs in 2 other innings, and the Angels lost again. I mean, I don't recall. Name another team that had the 2 arguably best players in the sport on it, and they couldn't even be above 500. You know, I understand that the Mariners didn't win it all when they had Randy Johnson and Ken Griffey Jr. and Alex Rodriguez on it, but they also won 100-something games that year. And Edgar Martinez also. I mean, they had an incredibly talented team, but these Angels are 5 under 500, 12 games out.
They were doing great.
They were.
They were doing great.
I mean, Joe Madden was back on top, and then a 14-game losing streak, and it's all over. And now they're on to their I guess, what do you call the manager who's taking over for the interim for 10 games because the interim's been suspended?
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, the Angels have Trout, and they have Ohtani, and they had a terrific start of the season. And a 14-game losing streak. They fire their manager. The interim is suspended 10 games. They also have a suspended interpreter, a suspended closer, a suspended pitching coach. You know, and the White Sox, who are equally as disappointing.
Yeah, White Sox.
You know, with Tony La Russa on a hot seat because
fire Tony chants every night.
Right, because he's intentionally walking people who already have 2 strikes on him, right? Like weird stuff like that. Only to have Max Muncy, I think, step up and homer the next at-bat. I mean, the Angels are just a patent disappointment once again.
And Trout's having a tremendous year. 23 home runs. He's second in home runs. He leads the AL in WAR, second in OPS. Like, he's just crushing it. Finally healthy.
He's 30, by the way. Not getting any younger.
He still has
Mike Trout.
38 years left on his $1 billion contract.
Does he ever ask for a trade, do you think?
Never.
Just
I don't think
played
so.
Out?
But, like, he's from Jersey, so like, to go back to the Eagles, he's a Phillies fan, but to go back to the Phillies,
he would play for the Eagles if he could, Chris.
He'd play for the Phillies?
Go home at the end of his career. I don't know.
You know?
Play for the Phillies at the end of his career? He and Bryce Harper could,
Queens is close there. You know?
TJ wants everybody.
Just like a short train ride, you know.
Question is, will Ohtani take the road out of town? We keep saying if Ohtani wore pinstripes or had the Boston B on his hat or had the Mets interlocking NY on his hat,
I mean,
see you later. Or he just went, or if he just went up the road here to Los Angeles to play with the Dodgers.
Mike Trout still has 8+ years left. At $35 million per year.
He's not going anywhere, man.
there's no reason.
And I know he's probably. I'm dying. He's probably dying to play in an October game of significance, just like we're dying to see him in it.
At some point, that's got to hit him, right? I'm this good, and I've never played on the biggest stage.
And then he lives in Southern California, and
no one on the East Coast is still watching him.
Nobody's coming to talk to him after every game. 15 different outlets. He looked like sick to his stomach when he had to meet with the media in New York City and talk about fantasy. Football commissionership.
That was a dumb thing that he obviously had wanted no part of.
He could have had fun with it and just been done with it. Yeah. He could have come out and said Tommy Pham was ridiculous for the injured reserve stuff.
You
didn't have to treat it. You didn't have to treat it like it was, like the insurrection. Honestly, he treated it so seriously.
That's
just
a
like
dust up, Rich. Okay.
My bad.
Yeah,
right.
Come on.
Understood. But I mean, we will see how this all plays out this year. Doesn't look good for the Angels again.